Hello, this is Sule from Pomona, California, Zone 10A. Today is April 21st, 2021. And because I have had failure with seed germination this year, well, to call it a failure, it would be an understatement. Absolutely no seeds germinated for me for peppers very well, and the ones that did died. Anyways, that's besides the point. I went to the nursery and it got me some plant starts, some pepper starts. So we're going to be planting those in ground. But first, before I do that and you see what I'm going to do in my raised bed garden, let me give you information on how I will be planting these in the garden. This is not going to be where I will plant my peppers, but I will use this as demonstration. As you probably know, you are not, I repeat, you are not to plant peppers where a tomato plant was previously growing and vice versa. However, did you know that you can plant peppers and tomatoes in the same raised bed at the same time? Well, that's exactly what we will be doing. It is a technique used often in the garden. I have done it in the past, but at a much smaller scale. This time it's gonna be almost my whole bed with peppers and tomatoes in it. So let's go ahead and get to it. This is where I'm going to be planting one pepper plant. If you see, there is a tomato plant there, and there's one over here. That one is on the other side, but there's two on this side, and I'm gonna plant my pepper plant around there. So it's gonna be in between both tomato plants. So let's go ahead and get that planted. The first thing we're gonna do is make a hole so that we can plant our pepper plant. And I'm going to plant it right here. This raised bed has already been amended, so I'm not going to be adding a lot of nutrition to it. The only thing I will be adding to this little hole is going to be I'm going to just add some plant food. And here is the plant food that I'll be using today. It's really good. It has worked for me in the past. So I always do like a little handful, drop it in, mix it around, because you don't want the roots of your plants to be sitting right on top of the fertilizer. Here's the little plant start I got at the nursery. It looks absolutely beautiful, healthy, and ready to go into the ground. Now, what I do with my peppers is I do like to top them off, but I don't want to cause any stress to this plant right now, so I'm going to leave it as is. In case you're wondering, this is de árbol pepper. In my house we call it chile de árbol, and it's super spicy, but it's so delicious. So if you can't take the heat, please do not grow these. These are super duper spicy. All right, so let's get it out of the pot and into the ground. And I'm just going to do a soft squeeze around the pot so that it can come out a little bit better. Put my fingers between the plant, tip it over, give it one more squeeze, and let it pop out. And those roots look amazing. Now with peppers, you can plant them a little bit deeper than what they were in the pot, but you definitely don't want to compare them to tomatoes. Tomatoes, you can plant them as deep as you want, and it's fine. With peppers, you want to make sure that you're not planting them too much higher above what they were in the pot, because then they might rot. But if you happen to go a little bit above, maybe right here, that is absolutely fine. They will grow roots and be perfectly fine. But what you don't want to do is pot them up all the way to here. That's a big no-no. But if you go up a little bit, that's okay. They will grow roots and they will do good for you. So I'm not going to be planting mine too deep. And I'm going to be removing the bottom leaves only. Okay, so I have removed the bottom leaves and I'm putting it just a little bit higher than what it was in the pot. I'm going to bury it a little bit. Like I said, a little bit is good, but a lot is a no-no. Not a lot, only a little bit. And then we just put the soil around it. Make sure it's nice and firm. Not compacted, just nice and firm. And then fertilizer on top, and I mix it in. And I'm not gonna water this plant because we are to get some rain today, very light rain. So I'm gonna let the rain water it in. I'm not gonna water it because I don't want it to rot with the water I add and then the rain. All right, let me get the other ones done and I'll show you what they look like once I'm done. I have finished planting my peppers, you guys, and I just wanted to show you what they are looking like. So there's one, here's the second one, in between those, that one and that one, those tomato plants, second pepper. Between that one and this one, third pepper plant. And between that one and this one, the fourth pepper plant. Wonderful. So hopefully you give it a try and see if it works in your garden as well. Again, I have tried it and it has been successful for me. And so I'm thinking it's gonna be successful this time around as well. Well guys, that's it from Little Beans Garden. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and sharing this video with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.